Can barely grow a mustache. All right, I'm at 235 miles on the month for Movember, but I've done so much more, so let me explain a little bit. If you haven't seen my first video, at work we'd put on a little competition for Movember just to participate, raise awareness, and basically the goal of it is to log as many miles as possible, grow the best mustache, and who can raise the most donations. And as you can tell, I can't really grow a mustache, but what I can do is log a lot of miles. So let's break down my mileage so far, how it's going, and my plan for the rest of the month. For running, I've done 4 runs. I've logged 2 hours and 8 minutes and a total distance of 14 miles, just over 14 miles. And the reason being, I'll get into later, but basically my foot is acting up a little bit. Next up, I have swimming. I've done a total of 14 swims on the month for a total time of 12 hours and 6 minutes and a total distance of 32,744 yards. I'm not exactly sure the conversion rate to mileage here though. And last up, I have indoor cycling for a total number of rides of 12, total time of 18 hours 26 minutes, and a total distance of 349 miles. And if you're adding up all those, it clearly does not add up to 235 miles, which is what I'm currently at. I'm slightly over halfway through the month, and currently on my current pace I should break 300, which is great. That's what I set out to, or said I would achieve in my first video. And the reason being, there is a conversion rate. So when you're running, it's a 1-to-1 conversion rate. So if you run 1 mile, you get 1 mile. And then for swimming, it's a 1 to 5 miles. So if you swim for 1 mile, you get 5 miles. And then for biking, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So if you bike for 3 miles, you get 1 mile. So that's why there's a little bit of variance there between the mileage that I've total done compared to what I'm currently at tracking wise for work at 235 miles. So getting back into my foot and running, I thought I was good to run. I haven't felt any pain, and I thought I would slowly ease back into running. I tried it a few times and I'm feeling fine on the runs. It's typically either a few hours after or it's the next day or a couple days after. I'm feeling a lot of discomfort in my foot. It's not really pain. The best way I could describe it is it feels like there's bones growing there or extra bones, or there's bones like poking out the bot. And the weird part is it's not even in the same spot that I had my fracture. The fracture was on the second metatarsal, and I'll feel it on my heel or I'll feel it on the side of my foot. So it's not even feeling it in the same spot that I actually had the fracture in, which is the weird part. So that's why I'm not really running as much as I would like to. And like I said in the first one, even if I do get injured, I'm still going to beat them. And going into the comparison for the mileage, the second closest person to me, he's doing great. I think he's on pace to beat the best record that I ever had for Movember and running, and he's currently around 95 miles, which is great. And I think just for me, being able to cycle and swim, it just adds up a lot easier and a lot quicker. Whereas if I was just running, I would definitely not be anywhere close to 235 miles. But that's how the competition goes. That's what we're doing. We're counting all of these. And I'm just trying to put as many miles in as possible. And one thing that I've started doing during Movember and during November, and I probably will be doing more so moving forward when I am training for my Ironman, is doubling up on days and maybe even tripling up on a few days here and there throughout the days. And it's actually been really nice because it's given me breaks on other stuff that I do, say with working out. Before, I was working out every single day, and it got to the point where I didn't really enjoy it as much. And now that I'm giving myself breaks, I'm enjoying it more when I go back. And it's like, oh, I get to work out tomorrow and I'm looking forward to it the next day. And same thing with swimming and biking. When I'm giving myself those days off, I'm coming back and I'm like, oh, I get to bike tomorrow, and it's giving me that excitement to actually want to go and do it. So once I do bring running back in, I believe it's going to have the same effect because I'm going to start taking more days off on other stuff potentially, maybe working out or whatever it might be. But typically how I usually do it is I'll go from swimming and then I'll work out after. And when I work out after, I wouldn't really enjoy it because I was doing it every single day. So it'd be like, I don't want to swim and I don't want to work out. Now it's like, okay, swimming's all right, but I get to work out after and I'm looking forward to it. So it's like, get through swimming and then I get to work out, somewhat of a reward in a sense. But I think giving myself those days off is actually making it nice and making me want to go out there and do it. And it's kind of reinvigorated myself. So I'll quickly go through my training schedule, how it's going throughout the week and what I'm doing. So swimming, I'm doing 5 days a week. Monday, I'm doing a regular swim, usually a drill on this day. Tuesday is my stroke development class. I made a video before my stroke development class and trying to get benchmarks, so you can go and check that video out. And then Wednesday is another drill day, I believe. Thursday is a day off. Friday is a speed workout. Saturday, day off. Sunday, I usually do an endurance swim, so just trying to go back and forth as many times as possible, usually for at least an hour. And that's just more so trying to build endurance and trying to take as little breaks as possible, because when I do my speed workout, there's rest built in. And then same thing with my drills. I'll sometimes take a few seconds to break. I'll look at my watch to look at the time, look at my distance, and whatever else there is. So there are some breaks there. So that's the difference between my endurance swims. And the past few times I've been going for an hour and 15 minutes, and they honestly haven't been too bad. And I think the good thing about me going longer distances is it makes the 45-minute swims not seem as long, because it's like, oh, I just did 1 hour and 15 minutes, or I did 1 hour and 30 minutes. I haven't done that yet. I will get there eventually. But once I do get to that point, I somewhat noticed it. Same thing with marathon training. Once I started running, say, for 3 hours, an hour and a half didn't seem as bad. So that's one thing that I did actually just start noticing this morning. And then with cycling, I believe I'm at 4 days a week. So I'll cycle on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Sunday. So that's 4. So I'll typically do, I think, one workout. I might sprinkle in a second, but typically one workout, and then 2 where I'm just riding, regular ride, and then I'll have a third one which is another regular ride, but that'll typically be on Sunday, where I'll stretch that to maybe 2 to 3 to maybe 4 hours. I don't think I've hit 4 hours yet, but maybe 3.5. So that's basically my breakdown of what I'm currently doing for training. If I could run, I really would. I would love to. I'm missing it, but I'm just figuring I gotta let my foot heal so I can get back into it. And once I can get back into it, just then I can go hard. But until then, I just gotta let myself heal. So that's the update on Movember. I'm a little bit over halfway. My bad. But I'll come back and update at the end of the month. You'll see 30 days progression of the mustache. I'll make sure it's either right at 30 or it's the day after, just so you can get a clear depiction of the bare minimum mustache that I can grow in a month. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I plan on passing 300 miles this month. It would be really great if I could get back into running, but either way, I'm gonna pass it and do whatever it takes. And I'm probably at a distance where no one's gonna catch me, but can't let the brakes off the gas right now. Is that the saying? I don't even know if that's the saying. Can't let your foot off the gas now, maybe. I don't know what the saying is, but that's my Movember update. Mustache, miles, that's everything. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you back in about 10 days. Thanks for watching.